We back once again. This is the Behind the Bench Network. I'm Rashad. Shout out to the other co-hosts of the Behind the Bench podcast, Jermaine, JB, and Kelvin. Check their videos out too. So this is going to continue my series of where is all the real superstars at? See, I'm from a generation that witnessed true superstars. And it wasn't about a superstar having other superstars on the team, other all-star players of the team. Yeah, he might have had like one superstar. I mean, let me take that back. He might have had one all-star that he played with, but he didn't have other superstars that he was teamed up with and then fell short. See, because we're watching a lot of today, we're watching a lot of superstars supposedly be called superstars of today fall short when they're having other superstar teammates with them. And don't get me wrong, it'll be some years where you might get put out early, but the track record is going to show that superstars going, they're going to lead their team to over 55 wins. They're going to be carrying majority of the load. That team's going to get to at least the Western Conference or Eastern Conference finals, if not the finals. That's how you could determine who's real superstar. Like like Joel Embiid, right? Joel Embiid wins the MVP, but he can't get his team to a conference final, even though he's been having all-star caliber players, superstar caliber players play right alongside of him. But what is he doing wrong that players in the past did right with less help? See, I look at a superstar as a player that's doing more with less, not a player that's doing more with with a lot of help. And I still want to give him the same type of respect and praise that I gave the superstars in the past. Like Embiid had James Harden. Now, he may not be 30-point James Harden, but he's giving them at least 19. He's giving them at least 19. And I'm pretty sure whoever was their third leading scorer, if it was um whoever was their third leading scorer, I'm pretty sure he was giving them more than 14 points a game. See, and this is going to and I'm going to talk about a player from the past that did not really have help, but he took his team to two back-to-back finals, didn't win, came real close. But when you got to play against one of the greatest players to ever do it, it's going to be kind of hard to get that W. But like I always said, man, it ain't about how much offensive help you have. It's how good is your team playing defense, and are you able to hit key shots in key moments? Don't play stupid basketball and play sound defense. Are you able to play to make stops when it's needed to make stops? And this is something that we don't see in today's game. You know, I'm gonna talk about Karl Malone and the Utah Jazz of the late 1990s. Karl Malone, their teams won about 60 games. I think one year they won 60. The first year they went to the finals and played against the Bulls. The second year they won 62 games. So they did what they were supposed to do. But look, check this out. The year that I believe they won 62 games, right? I think Karl Malone was averaging like 27 points a game. His second leading scorer was Jeff Hornacek, shooting guard. Guess how many points he averaged? He didn't even give him the 19. He gave him 14 points a game. Minimum. That was the minimum. Now, it might have been games where he might have had 20 or 22 or 18. But the minimum that he gave for the average was 14 points a game. And who was their third leading scorer? John Stockton. And what did John Stockton give? 14 points also. Those was the top 3 scorers on the team. And then they had role players that knew they role, that played they role. And they was able to win because they played smart basketball. They played possession basketball. If you did not grow up watching that team, if you don't remember that team, that's cool. But I remember that Utah team, they go up by 5 points in the second half. They keeping that same 5-point lead all the way to the fourth quarter, all the way to the end of the game. It was hard because they didn't play stupid basketball. See, the way you play stupid basketball now is we're going to shoot threes when we don't need to shoot threes. We up by 5, but we're going to shoot a 3. Nah, we're gonna get what we know we can hit. So we're up by 5, so now we're up by 7. So all we got to do is play some good defense on the other end of the court. Stop them. They might go back down and miss that shot again. See, but Karl Malone is a true superstar because he was able to lead his teams, especially during an era where it was so many teams. In the 90s, you had the Seattle Supersonics, you had the Houston Rockets, you had the Phoenix Suns. All these teams, even the San Antonio Spurs at one point, you had the Lakers, you had all these teams trying to compete to get to the finals. But let me go to another superstar in today's era, and that's Giannis. Giannis give you 28 points a game, number 2 scorer. Jrue Holiday, number 3 scorer, was Brook Lopez at 15 points a game. The formula is there. And even though they got put out in the first round, and Giannis was hurt, but hey, we done seen him with the same formula take a team to the Eastern Conference Finals, to the finals, even won. And when they're playing their best basketball, they don't play real stupid basketball. You don't never really watch a Milwaukee game and say they're playing stupid basketball. They're taking bad shots. See, and then on top of that, Giannis gives a whole lot of effort defensively, so that makes everybody else give effort defensively. See, that's a key. If your superstar ain't trying to play defense, why would the other players want to play defense? You see what I'm saying? Why would they want to go hard? If they see that the superstar is going hard on defense, that makes everybody else want to play defense a little bit harder. Giannis, to me, is a true superstar. It's not a whole lot of them. Not in today's game. And like I said, that Utah team, that Milwaukee team, when you got real superstars leading your team, you're going to get results. And you don't need a lot of help. You don't need other superstars. You need players that's going to play their role. If they're a rebounder, they're going to rebound. If they're a shot blocker, they're going to be a shot blocker. If they're on the court to make other players better by being timely on their assists, they're going to get the assist. They're going to play defense in key possessions. They know when to lock it up. I'm going to continue to give you examples of teams and players of the past and the present. And if they're in the present, are they a real superstar or are they not? I talked about Joel Embiid, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper with him on the next video. This is your host, Rashad. Please subscribe to our channel if you like all the videos coming from Kelvin and Jermaine and JB. Follow us, share it, because we're here to try to tell the truth. We ain't here to give you some bad hot takes or, we don't care if your feelings is hurt because you don't like what we say, man. We just trying to, if you want somebody to force feed you nonsense, hey, go follow them. But if you looking for some truth, follow us. Once again, I'm your host, Rashad. Until then, I'm out.